Salutations and welcome back to Geometry Dash. We are going to continue right from where we left off in the last episode of Geometry Dash, and that is with Xender Game's level Boss 3, Electro. In the last episode we did bosses 1 and 2, which were mediocre, but with this boss we are going to see a marked improvement. Now, straight off the bat, just awesome details and decoration and everything. It's basically completely different from either of the first two levels, and also a lot more difficult, but consistently difficult, in a way that is fun, like the other two levels really just were not. One other thing that you might notice is there isn't a boss right now, right? I mean, we're already at 20%. And no boss has made itself known, which is another difference from the other two levels. It's the difference of build-up, and this level has some pretty good build-up, though it does take a little while. There could be more gameplay during this point in time, but it's still fun. So here he is, Boss 3, Electro. And hopefully I don't, instantly die and embarrass myself right now. Alright, I did exactly the thing I didn't want to do. Fantastic. Now we're gonna be doing just this level for this episode, because the first two levels, they were moderately easy and also moderately not interesting, and I didn't want to bother making multiple episodes of the not interesting levels. But this level is interesting and hard, so it's going to take one episode all to itself. So will all the rest of the levels. Also, if you haven't figured out what this series is, I'm going through all of the boss fights that Xender Game has made, specifically in the boss fight series, and hopefully I won't continue sucking for the entirety of this episode. Hopefully I will actually get a little bit of skill to display. But maybe not. Who knows? You know, this is a really great time for me to talk because it requires zero of my attention for me to not die. But it would also probably get really boring for me to just play the exact same clip of the level over and over again with me just saying random things. So I'm probably not actually going to talk a whole ton during that point in time. Alright, I think this is a high score. We'll see if I can, do something real cool here. I cannot do something really cool, although we did get quite a bit further than my previous high score, which is pretty nice. I enjoy feeling good about myself, and that definitely made me feel good about myself. That also means that this episode might not take. I almost said might take, which is not the thing that I want to say. It might not take as long as I thought it was going to take, although if I continue doing that, then yes, it will definitely take as long as I thought it was going to take. We'll see if I manage to do this exceptionally quickly, which would be rather funny because then I would have finished this in a shorter recording session than either of the previous two boss fights, even though this one is definitely more difficult than the previous two, but, whatever. And see, now, the main place I'm going to die a lot is in this section. A lot of this ship part is moderately easy for me to do. It's not actually that easy, but I've practiced it a lot, and so it's just kind of become second nature to me. But the very last segment is just, I don't know, I just haven't gotten the hang of it, really. All of this, it's simple, dodge, go up and down, avoid the spinning saw blades, but this section, it's just a little bit tight, a little bit difficult for me to actually properly do things, although I think that was more lag than me actually failing completely. So hopefully we will not encounter too much lag as well. Now, one other thing that I decided I was going to do is, once I get fairly far into a level, I'm just going to kind of turn off the progress bar, because it's not really helpful once I know whereabouts everything is, you know, I know roughly where 70% is, and past 70%, I'm never gonna look at the progress bar, so it really doesn't actually give much use to me. Another thing is, whatever the final playthrough of this level is, it's probably not going to have much of me talking in it. Usually I just like speak a bunch, and eventually once there is a full level playthrough, I just post that one with me speaking and all, you know, like my speech and commentary included, but I'm probably not actually going to be talking all that much. Apart from maybe a comedic, wow, I'm sure there's no way I can mess this up at the very end of the level. Looks like it's once again time to fight my favorite giant block cat robot thing. I mean, the only resemblance to a cat it has are the ears, but, like, that's enough, honestly. Alright. There's no way I can screw this up. Alright. Now there really isn't anything that can go wrong this time. Alright. This time, for sure, there's absolutely nothing that can go wrong. I really just don't know how I managed to do this poorly. But you really would think, that the third time would be the charm, but I just have no sense of, like, actual, proper, satisfactory gameplay. I'm gonna keep saying that there's nothing that can go wrong until I actually beat it, though. That's not going to change. Alright, this time, there is absolutely no shot at me screwing things up again. It's a really simple game, you know? Like, it's simple, like, you click, and then the game does something, right? Usually, you click and it jumps, or you click and the ship goes up. In that scenario, I decided to not utilize the main feature of this game, which is that you can click and jump by doing so. So we are going to, in the future, not make that mistake. There's no shot, no chance I messed it up, that I messed this up again. What did I tell ya? Smooth as butter, easiest game of my life. Dedicated to, somebody I was not paying attention. So there you have it, Boss 3 Electro by Xender Game. What a fun level, I really enjoy finishing this level and not dying after 90%. It's one of my favorite things to do in the entire world. But either way, that is going to be it from me for this episode of the Xender Games boss fight series, I guess. I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe. Goodbye.